So, bring someone like you to a place like this all by yourself.
It's been a long day at work and I really just want to enjoy my drink in peace.
Oh, come on. I'm just trying to make friendly conversation. I don't think a pretty girl like you should be alone at a bar.
I can take care of myself.
Oh, come on. Let's just tell me a little bit about yourself. Maybe you can take me out sometime.
No, good night.
Nobody turns me down.
Why is this door unlocked? Olivia, your door's unlocked. Olivia. Olivia.
Miss, we're Detectives Farrison and McLean.
Please help my sister. She's been murdered.
And we are incredibly sorry to hear that. If it's not too much trouble, could you let us know what you know about her whereabouts this evening? Before she got here, of course.
I think she was with her boyfriend. His name's Kevin. He is known to have quite a temper.
You think he's capable of this?
I don't know, I'm not sure. He does work late at his office though, so you could go and ask him yourselves.
Oh, we gonna go get him, girl. Based on the scene, we could tell this murder was out of the ordinary. The victim was well known, well liked, and without any known enemies. Her sister had pointed us in the direction of the victim's boyfriend, Kevin, evidently known for his jealous tendencies. Also, according to the sister, Olivia was a flirt, and Kevin may have elected to take revenge.
Are you Kevin?
Who's asking?
Sir, we're detectives McLean and Farrison. We understand your girlfriend, Olivia, was a victim of a horrible crime just a few hours ago.
Yeah, utter tragedy.
Do you mind if we ask you a few questions?
Of course, I'd be more than happy to help in any way I can. I'm just devastated.
We appreciate your cooperation. To begin, where were you tonight?
I was here, working.
And how did you find it permissible to be back at work so soon after hearing about your girlfriend's passing? Especially when you're so, as you say, devastated.
Well, the world goes on after a loss. My business needs me, and it's a welcome distraction from my grieving.
Can anyone verify your location?
Yeah, my secretary, Brendan. Here. He likes hanging around at the Noir bar on 5th Avenue. I think he might have gone there after work tonight.
Thank you for your cooperation, sir.
Yeah, well, if you don't mind, I'd like to excuse myself. I have quite a bit more grieving to do. Olivia had been telling me that she wanted to spend more time at home together. Probably should have listened to her. You know, maybe you were right. Maybe I do need a little bit of time off from work.
Well, that could have gone better.
He certainly did seem upset, but the real question is, was he being genuine or was he trying to throw us off the scent?
We should still check Kevin's alibi. It won't hold up to any scrutiny if someone verifies that he left early.
The secretary's name is Brendan O'Gorman. Let's call him up for questioning.
Why, hello, detective. I heard you were quite the looker, but I never thought someone so handsome could be hiding behind a detective badge.
Oh, well, thank you, Mr. O'Gorman. I'm so flattered. I just do what I can to do my part in this crazy world. I'm Detective McLean. This is Detective Farrison. Let's get down to business.
Anything I can do to help you ladies crack the case?
Could you tell us a little bit about yourself, Mr. O'Gorman?
There's really not much to tell. I'm new in town, a bit of a wanderer by nature. I like it here, though. Plenty of women that know how to treat a guy right.
That treat a man right? What's that supposed to mean?
Well, let's just say that women have a hard time resisting me.
So women can't say no to you.
No one turns me down, I can assure you of that.
Well, Mr. O'Gorman, we hear you're currently employed at the office of Mr. Kevin Sayer. Is that correct?
Completely correct.
Would you say that Mr. Sayer's been behaving any differently as of late?
Well, other than a bit of extra anger a few days ago, I wouldn't say anything's out of the ordinary.
A little bit of extra anger. Do you know why Mr. Sayer would be angry?
Come to think of it, I did hear him mumbling about his no-good tease of a girlfriend, but he's always on about something, especially if she's involved.
Tell us. Did Mr. Sayer work late the night of November 7th?
I mean, I don't think so. Kevin is a bit of a workaholic, but I don't think he was at work much later than me that day.
Would you say Mr. Sayer's a jealous person?
Oh, certainly. He's always on about one thing or another, especially if his girlfriend's involved.
Did you know his girlfriend?
Well, I've never met her in person, but I've seen the pictures he keeps on his desk. She is quite the looker.
Would you suspect Mr. Sayer had any reason to harm her?
Oh, heavens no. Kevin may have a temper, but he could never do such a thing.
If you have any information that could help us, we would appreciate your full cooperation.
Of course I'm cooperating. Why else do you think I'm here?
Our apologies, Mr. O'Gorman. No need to get upset.
Oh, please forgive that outburst, Detective McLean. I was just so startled hearing about Olivia. I would never lash out at you on purpose. Sorry, I must have forgotten my manners.
Something isn't right about all this. We never mentioned Miss Maddox's name as Olivia, and this Brendan fellow sure seems to have something to hide. Why wouldn't he be trying to defend his boss? Very odd indeed.
Well, detectives, I must be heading out. I have some things to do before it gets too late. If you're all done with me, I'd like to get going.
All right, Mr. O'Gorman. That should be all. Thank you for your time.
Detective Farrison? Detective McLean?
Something wasn't quite right about that Brendan character. He seemed like he was just playing with us.
I don't know. Do you think a guy like that is capable of lying?
I think a guy like that is capable of a lot more than lying.
Are you saying you think Brendan is the murderer?
I'm saying we can't rule anything out yet.
Man, I don't think he was involved. He might be a bit loose, but doesn't mean he's a cold-blooded killer. I think Kevin is the real culprit. After doing some searching in his phone, I found a really disturbing message history between him and Olivia. They may have been lovers, but they certainly didn't get along too well. I bet anything, he killed her after finding her with another man. What was that?
Apparently someone doesn't like us butting into this case.
Get in the car. We're going to Kevin. He's the only person that would be this mad about us investigating. We're going to get to the bottom of this. Mr. Sayer, open up. It's Detective McLean.
Mr. Sayer, please open up. We just want to talk.
It looks like we're going to have to do this by force. Mr. Sayer, please come out.
Oh my God, he's shot!
He's dead. Seems like we weren't the only ones visited by a mysterious shooter tonight.
Wait a minute. If Kevin was killed too, then he couldn't have possibly killed Olivia.
You're right. Someone must have had an ulterior motive to kill Kevin. Maybe he found out their identity and threatened to turn them in.
But who is connected to both Kevin and Olivia? It would have to be someone who's connected to the business world to know Kevin, but also is social enough to know Olivia.
Brendan! But why? What would drive someone to kill him so mercilessly?
Remember what he told us during the interrogation? No one turns him down. Maybe that's just what Olivia did.
I can't believe we were so foolish. He was right under our noses the entire time. We've got to go find him before he leaves town.
At this point, we might already be too late.
Maybe the next town will know how to treat a man.